50 Cent released this on Instagram telling us that Power Book 2 has been renewed for Season 2. He said that Raising Kanan and Force will be coming soon as well. I'm talking all things Power Book 2, what the future holds for the show, what the future could look for the characters like Tariq, Brayden and Tasha. Welcome back to MovieBot, and let's talk about Power Book Season 2. So Power Book 2 Ghost has been renewed for Season 2, and it's not really big news because I always expected it to be renewed for Season 2 anyway. I'm sure most of you guys did as well. 50 Cent confirmed that Raising Kanan and Force will be coming soon as well. I'll probably be doing separate videos for those two because there's a lot I want to talk about with Power Book 2 Ghost's future, Raising Kanan's future and Force's future as well. I'll probably just release separate videos for Raising Kanan and Force, so if you want to know about more Power news, reviews and breakdowns, then make sure to be a subscriber. But anyway, even though we kind of knew that Power Book 2 will be coming back for Season 2, it's just nice I guess that we've got confirmation, and I think it'll go on for another 2 or 3 seasons beyond Season 2 as well. I think I touched on this in 2 of my previous videos. I think Courtney Kemp has already said that we'll see Tariq's college life being played out, and well, if he's going to graduate from college it'll be 3 years, and that will take us into Season 3. Then I think we'll get a couple of seasons, maybe 1 or 2 more of him actually being in the streets, still with Brayden as his right hand man. So that takes us to Season 4 or Season 5 possibly. I think Tariq's storyline will eventually have him becoming what Ghost always wanted him to become as the season progresses, and when he has to deal with Monet the way Ghost had to deal with Breeze, I think he'll appreciate what his father was towards the end of the season, or towards the end of the series should I say, and I think he'll really regret killing him if he is dead, that is. And if it does play out like this, then it would be pretty sad because then he really did kill Ghost for no reason, right? Because his dad was right after all. And well, Tasha, she's always been about staying in the drug game. She wanted Ghost to stay in the drug game and not go on the straight and narrow, and now she's pushing Tariq down the same path. And I think eventually Tariq and Tasha will come to crossroads where he'll actually realize that she's more drug and money hungry than Ghost was. And I think this is the issue with Tasha. The issue with Tasha is, it seems that it's just more than money for her. I think it was in the first season where she said to Ghost that he's the biggest goddamn drug dealer in New York City, and that's why she married him. She seems to love being on top, having money, and basically doing nothing. Tasha is really thick as shit, and Ghost even knew this. He said that she's nothing without him, and he's right. D-Guap reminded me of what Ghost said to Tasha, and hopefully I pronounced your name right. If I haven't, then I'm really sorry. But he reminded me of what Ghost said to Tasha, the half-smart chicken head who would still be in the hood if it wasn't for me. And I really hope Tariq does see the light towards the end of the series of what kind of mother he really has. And I've mentioned it in one of my previous videos, I can't remember which one it was, but if you've watched all of my videos then you might remember me saying I think towards the end of the series of Power Book 2 Ghost, Tariq will definitely be there towards the end, and not only will he appreciate, and he'll actually grow and respect Ghost for what he stood for, his vision, and realize that the drug game is really not the life, and why Ghost spent so much time trying to go on the straight and narrow. There was always that famous quote that we've heard a few times now, not just in Power, but in Power Book 2 Ghost as well, that all drug dealers end up dead or in prison. And Tariq's spoken about this the other way. I think this other way is the use of Brayden, the use of his surname Weston, which has respect and protection at Stansfield. But is it sustainable in the long term? I think later on in Season 2, Season 3 or 4, they would have already gained enough respect in the streets, and Tariq will soon be on top of the food chain. I don't think he'll do this in Season 1, but eventually I think he could get rid of Monet, just like how Ghost had to get rid of Breeze, because that's the only way he's going to be on top of the food chain, by getting rid of Monet. And later on in the series, I really want to know if he's going to graduate and claims Ghost inheritance. I think he will graduate from college and claim Ghost inheritance eventually. I think we'll see it being played out in Season 3, and if it develops this way, I really hope Tasha is not around by then, or if she is, I genuinely hope that Tariq is the one who ends up popping her in a plot twist, because she doesn't deserve anything. She really is a chicken head, because trying to claim Ghost was the kingpin of a drug empire, even if it is the case and that is true, does she even realize that if they do believe her, then Tariq will lose all his inheritance? She'll be back where Ghost found her, on the streets. So I really hope Tariq is the one that kills her in a plot twist. But what about Tommy? Could we see him in Book 2 later on in the season or in the series? I genuinely think this is a possibility as well. Tasha's spoken about Tommy like, what, 3 or 4 times now I think? In every single episode his name has cropped up from Tasha's mouth. And if he does come back and make a cameo, then our hope is to come back and pop Tasha and leave. Either Tariq or Tommy has to be the one to kill Tasha. But if Tommy does return, then I really hope they keep his return short and sweet and just save him. Just save Tommy Egan for Tommy's spin-off, which is Book 4 Force, because everybody's just waiting for Tommy Egan in the LA What is he getting up to? I think we'll see a small time jump in Tommy's spin-off as well, but I'm going to be talking a bit more about this in detail in another video, so I'm going to be going into a lot more detail because there's a lot I want to say on Tommy's spin-off. And well, Brayden, what about his character going forward in the series? And I've already released a video on Brayden. I literally just released this a couple of hours ago. I didn't expect 50 Cent to release this news today about Power Book 2 being renewed for Season 2. So I thought, let me just quickly make a video of my thoughts of the series of Power Book 2 Season 2 and onwards. But anyway, Brayden, he literally is my favorite character. I've spoken about Brayden a lot because even though we've only seen bits of him so far in the first 3 episodes, when he comes on the screen, he actually is what his character description says he is. He's a little goofy, but he literally brings a breath of fresh air. And he's not Tommy. I'm not saying he's Tommy. I know there's a lot of people that, want to compare him to Tommy. And it is normal to compare, these characters to the older characters from Power. So I get it. It is pretty normal to do this. But I think Brayden will be a character of his own. We will literally see a different side of Brayden in a few seasons time. We'll see a more ruthless, a more cold-hearted Brayden. And I think once he drops his first body, I think then his kill count will increase rapidly. I think towards the end of the season, with him being Tariq's right-hand man, I think he'll have a bigger body count than even Tariq. So anyway, that's my take on Power Book 2 announcing Season 2 and just generally the series going forward. Let me know what you think about 50 Cent confirming Season 2 of Power Book 2 goes, and just your general thoughts about the rest of the series. How many seasons do you think Book 2 will go on for? Will Tariq go on to claim Ghost's inheritance? And what will happen with Tasha? Post all your thoughts down below, and if you haven't done so already, remember to smash the subscribe button. I'll be breaking down the news for Power Book 3 Raising Kanan and Book 4 Force in another video, so keep an eye out on those. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.